Hola, Puerto Rico! Welcome to the Vault of Silliness, and thanks for joining us. Oh, and for those of you who listened on the late Google Podcasts, thanks for seeking us out and finding us on one of the other platforms that host us throughout the interwebs. I've been swamped with other responsibilities, and that's why the vault has been locked for a couple of weeks. With that said, let's get to what you've been waiting for. A very funny dumb birthday game from March 29th, 1996 that has been aptly titled the HGPG DBG, the Hungarian Gypsy Princess Grandmother Dumb Birthday Game. A real highlight here is listening to Norm at times lose it with laughter. And then we don't get just one tidbit of wisdom from Norm's HGPG, but four. And then one from Hungarian Gypsy John Major. And then the Lone Ranger and Tonto stop by. Whew, this is packed full of stuff. The players: Mike Epstein, producing and playing in studio. Jack Harte in traffic. Jenny from Plymouth. Snoring Beauty, also known as Al in Waltham. And Terry from Newton. The birthdays: Elle McPherson, Eileen Eckert, John Major, Eugene McCarthy, Phil Foster, Jennifer Capriati, Marina Sirtis, and Eric Idle. 3 dead birthdays: Billy Carter, Sam Walton, Cy Young. Episode 182, the HGPG DBG, extols its way to your ears in 3, 2, and 1.
Or something.
Or something like that. We have Jack Harte, who I don't get a chance to talk to during the week very often.
Hi.
Hi, this is really an exciting moment for me. It may not mean anything to you, and you may forget about it in the morning and not even respect me then.
Oh no, I've got my diary open to today's page, so that when I'm done, I can jot down every bit of information, every bit of ribaldry that occurs these next 40 minutes or so.
Oh, shut up. As a matter of fact, we'll get a chance to do this several more times during the next week.
Yeah.
But Prawley is on vacation for several more days.
Is that right?
And so you knew that. What do you mean? What are you making it sound like a news flash? Rip out the front page, folks. And he'll be, and as a result, the thing that I like about this is we'll be playing a lot of dumb birthday games, and what it means is I can get rid of a lot of the clutter in my house.
I see.
Yeah. I wonder if somebody would like a kind of rusted cake pan. I could give one of those away.
I'd like a 3-legged table if you have one.
Okay, and I have a half a pound of slightly used cat litter that I think somebody could use. It isn't totally clean and it isn't brand new, but at least it'll be cheaper than the kind you have to buy. I have a 10-pound box of peanut brittle I'm anxious to give away also, that's slightly rusted and it's kind of ants have worked their way into it. I might give that away as a
nice pet kind of a deal. But, let me ask you, do you have any use for, can you use a vintage jar of mayonnaise?
A vintage? Now, what would a vintage jar of mayonnaise be? How would that be different than a regular jar of mayonnaise? And I sure hope you have a funny answer for this.
Well, of course, this one is from when I was a youngster.
What does that mean exactly? Is it just the jar that's vintage, or do you have?
Oh, no, it's chock full of very old mayonnaise.
A very old, kind of seedy, sour-smelling mayonnaise.
Well, no, it gets better as it ages, you see.
Oh, mayonnaise is like that, is it?
Yeah, you have to decant it.
I didn't know that.
You do.
I didn't know that. Yeah, you must be a gourmet cook. No, I had no idea about that. And of course, we have Mike Epstein.
Hello.
Our producer. Who's
Hello.
Playing, hello.
Hi there.
And playing the game with us today.
Yes. And this is indeed a treat, Norman. It's not often that I get to play the dumb birthday game. I mean, working during the week as I do.
I know you do. I know. And we don't get a chance to work together on this. And so this must be, I can tell it's thrilling because you've got that glow on the tip of your nose.
No, I think that's from some of the whiskey I had during the break we had in the Bruins game.
Well,
but anyway.
I don't blame you. I couldn't do this program sober either. I tried it once, and it was just a total flop. I had pains in my stomach, and there was nothing funny about anything. Anyway, let me introduce you to other members of our panel who who maybe have been nipping a little bit too. I certainly hope. We have Jenny, who's in the town of Plymouth. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Norm. Any more ads?
Strenex, is that kind of to stretch your neck to a proper size?
We just heard from Strenex only moments ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. I see. I'm going to have to listen to this program because a lot of times when I do really listen, I find it quite interesting. But sometimes my mind wanders. My mind does.
Oh, man.
Okay, anyway, how are you doing, Jenny? You're in the answer to join us. What are you doing up at this time of the morning? And I'm glad you are.
Oh, I'm always up to listen to you, Norm.
Oh, I love you. God, I love you. I want you so bad, Jenny.
I'm curled up in bed with my radio and you.
Okay. I'm going to introduce you to another couple of guys also, okay? One is Al, who is in Waltham. Either Al is sleeping or has some kind of an asthmatic condition. And I do have Al, I have some Preventol and some Vansero and some Theodore pills for that very reason. He is falling asleep.
Al. Hello, Al.
Geez, he's the fastest snorer I've ever heard.
I'll say.
Hold on a minute. Let me sing a little lullaby to Al. Go to sleep, go to sleep. The wind is in the crooked trees, and it sings a song to you, Al. Go to sleep, go to sleep. Doesn't he look like a little sweet little baby, a little cherub? Look at that sweet little smile on his face. His mouth is open though. Notice it's a gape.
All I can picture is the curtains, sort of going in and going out together.
Yeah, that's right.
His cup is rolling down to his feet, rolling back up.
That's right. Every time he inhales, the kitchen tablecloth flies right up his nose.
His pajamas are swelling out, shrinking in, swelling out.
Al, you look just so darn cute. You look so cute. I wonder, Jenny, if you'd care to kiss him on the top of his head while he looks so cute. There, would you? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I tell you. Okay, we won't bother you anymore, Al. Goodbye. Goodbye, Al. Goodbye, old pal. Okay, we also have Terry in Newton. Hi, Terry.
Hi, Norm.
Oh, it's a woman.
Poor Al.
Poor Al, I know. You know what's awful is the photo's going to be off. Well, of course, Al was around here. So
That'll wake him up, though. If that thing starts screaming in his ear, that's going to wake him up.
Well, how's he going to hear it through that snorking?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I know what will wake him up. Send him some Strenex.
I never thought of that. It's too late now because I already hung up on it. But the thing, sometimes when that happens to somebody who's calling outside the area, I worry because they'll wake up about 3 hours later and they'll realize they had a huge telephone bill as the phone is kind of dangling. But he called from Waltham, so I don't think it's that bad.
You have too kind of a heart, Norman.
I care about people. I've always loved people. It's been a curse.
Well,
sometimes people have taken advantage of me as a result of that, but I don't care. If I can go through life, I'm sorry, I think I'm making a speech. I was thinking of my Hungarian gypsy princess grandmother, she had a nice thing to say about that. She said, Norma, if you can go through life, show me a man who goes through life helping people, lifting them up when they're destitute, picking them up and giving them a second chance. If you could show me a person like that, I will show you a rusted bumper. Yeah, that was one of the sayings. I have one of these days I'm going to publish your collected sayings in a book, and we're going to send them out as maybe one of the dumb birthday game prizes, or perhaps I can make a quick buck by selling them in the bookstores.
Well, you might even make two.
Listen, Barnes and Nobles has been nipping at my toes.
Wow.
You've been nipping too now.
Would you like it? You bet I have. I'm never doing this program sober. You kidding me? Anyway,
Hi, Jack.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, and you?
Fine.
Oh, thank you.
That's
As my-
beautiful, incredible voice.
As my Hungarian gypsy princess grandmother used to say, show me a woman who cares about a man enough to ask him about his health and is willing to make life a little bit more pleasant for him. Show me that kind of a man,
I know.
and I'll show you a rusted walnut. She was on a rusted kick that day, as I recall.
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We all ready to play the dumb birthday game, boys and girls? Hold on a minute. I think Bob Raleigh is heading in the hall now. He
Tom,
says, I can't trust that guy with this program of mine.
Tom,
Yes?
I don't want any junk from your house. I want a key ring.
No, you get a key ring. That's the only good thing you get. You get a Spring Peepers key ring. Anybody who wins does get that.
Okay.
Okay. Today is the birthday of Ellie McPherson.
Who the heck is he?
L. McPherson.
Oh, L.
L.
Oh,
McPherson.
just L.
Yes.
Oh, Elle McPherson. Actress, supermodel, beautiful lady. I don't know what she does besides looking beautiful and
Who cares what she does
Yeah.
besides looking good?
Yeah, she frequents Sports Illustrated swimsuit suit issues,
Yes, she does.
and she appeared in the film Sirens. Anybody see that? Ever hear of it?
Sirens, was it about an ambulance chasing a train?
I have a feeling it wasn't.
Yeah, I have a feeling it wasn't. I had a feeling it was women luring men.
Yes.
Oh.
My Hungarian gypsy princess grandmother would say, show me a woman who lures men to their doom, who cares not for their any esteem or for their families, but lures them into a life of sin and crime. Show me that kind of a woman,
Right here.
and I'll show you a green beach ball. Okay, Ellie McPherson. Jenny, how old
L.
is she?
McPherson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Elle McPherson.
Well, I'm sure somebody calls her Ellie.
25.
25 for Elle McPherson.
Oh, she took my number. She's from Australia.
Let's see. She is. It doesn't say. I don't have that information here. Isn't that interesting? Hold on a minute. I have another source.
I thought she came from Fargo, North Dakota or something.
She Fargo, North Dakota. That may be. It's not in this one.
Or was it
However,
Bismarck?
I have many sources, and I'm going to look up another source. Yeah, this is another source. March 29th. Let's see. Let us just see. Ellie McPherson. Elle McPherson. No, she doesn't seem to be in the other source at all. So I don't know where she's from. What do you think, Al? How old? Oh, no, Al, I'm sorry. Al is asleep. That's right. Let's cross him up.
I was answering for him.
Okay, Terry, what do you think? How old is Elle McPherson?
23.
23. Okay, and Mike, what do you think?
I think she's 29.
29.
Yeah, she's been doing these covers for a while. I think it's starting to catch up.
In fact, I've detected the very beginnings, as I recall, of varicose veins.
No.
If you look closely at her picture. Yeah,
Say it isn't so, no.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, my
I don't know. I
goodness.
happen to be a doctor, and I notice those things.
Yeah, they tried to mask it as a little tattoo of a road map.
That's right. That's exactly right. Exactly right. So how old do you think she is, Jack?
28.
28. Okay, Elle McPherson actually is 32.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, a lot older than you say. Mike came the closest at 29.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, okay. How about Eileen Heckart, the actress?
Is she a supermodel?
No, she's not.
no.
She could be. I think she's a nice-looking lady,
Well, there you go.
although a little bit beyond the stage where you'd expect her to model. She's from Columbus, Ohio, acted mainly on the stage, appeared in The Bad Seed. She's been in a number of other things, too. Was she in the Goldie Hawn movie, Private Benjamin? Was that Eileen Heckart?
No.
No, that was not Eileen Heckart.
Eileen Haggett, she does have kind of a scratchy kind of a voice. She might have been in the movie Cactus Flower with Goldie Hawn, however. And she shows up in sitcoms and things, usually playing like somebody's mother and such.
Was she in the Mary Tyler Moore Show maybe as a war correspondent who
Yes,
who
an aunt.
Grant there, Lou Grant took a fancy to.
Yes, I think she played Mary's aunt.
That's right. Yeah, that was Eileen Heckart.
Yeah,
You know what
she's
the
got
sick
kind
thing
of-
is?
kind of-
Yeah?
I know exactly what episode you're talking about.
Do you?
Wow.
Yes, I do.
Well, because I can
Oh,
lip
my
sync.
goodness.
I can lip sync every one of the Mary Tyler Moore shows. I've seen them 8 million times, and I love them.
Let's get a rousing rendition of the Mary Tyler Moore theme going right amongst us.
Yeah. Hope you mean it. That was a line from Ted Baxter.
Oh,
No, I interviewed him once because he there's a line that's on there every now and then. He throws that in. I interviewed him once after the show ended, and he was doing a play up in Beverly at the whatever that is, the
The North Shore Music
North Shore
Circus?
Music Circuit. He was staying at King's Grant, the motel up there, and I went up there with a tape recorder to interview him. And he was really charming. I loved him. I forget the name of the play he was in. He played the part of a father of a couple of daughters or something. Anyway, as I left him, I said, it's just been a pleasure. I loved that show, and I loved your role on it, and you're very special, and I thank you. And as I started walking across the lobby, I heard this voice say, I hope you mean it. He yelled across the lobby. I thought that was kind of funny. He was a good guy. Anyway, we're talking not about him. You understand? We're talking about Eileen Heckart. What do you think, Jack?
Eileen Heckart.
Eileen Heckart. Yes.
Heckart. Let's see. I'm trying to think. When was the movie The Bad Seed? That had to been about 55.
Bad Seed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that information.
So that'd be about 40 years ago. And she was probably in her mid to late 30s then. I'm going to say she's 81.
81. Okay. And Mike, what do you think?
Just remembering her from that episode on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, I don't remember her being... Well, that was, what, 20 years ago?
That show ended about 1977.
I don't know what it was.
Something, yeah, the late 70s.
Okay. Doing the math, I'm going to say that she's a rousing 76.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he said arousing too, which gets me all excited.
Mhm.
Oh.
All I can think of is those impotent pills. I'm sorry, I think I'm getting a little outrageous. But I like to be outrageous. Heaven help me. Anyway, Terry, what do you think?
7-7.
7-7, okay. And Jenny?
4.
Jenny says 74. 77 is correct. Did you know that, Terry?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you knew her age. Okay. How did you have
President of the
I read
Eileen
about
Heckart.
it.
Oh, you read about it. Okay. Oh, well, you hit it right on the button and you remember it.
Thank you.
You're okay. How about Prime Minister of England, John Major?
Me?
Yeah, John Major, the Prime Minister of England. Today is his birthday, March 29th. Let's see. We'll start with you, Mike. What do you think? You have any idea how old he would be?
Thank you. I have no idea.
No idea at all.
I see him on the tube every now and again when they show, like on C-SPAN late on Sunday nights, they show the English Parliament, and then they, for some reason over there, they yell a heck of a lot.
they
Have
do.
you noticed that?
They do. They're very
They
rude.
yell
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
scream. Oh, but it makes for great television.
Excuse me, Prime Minister. How can you make that statement when your fly is open? They say almost anything like that. It's totally disrespectful. It's crazy. As John Major would say, perhaps if I give you an impression of him in one of his statements, you might be able to guess his age. Show me a man who has been to Eton and graduated with high honors, and I'll show you a pink beret. That's exact imitation of him. That's exactly what he would say.
All right, based on that and that alone, I will say
I'm glad.
54.
54. 54. Sometimes I'm glad my mother still isn't around because she'd be so ashamed of me. Norman, where do you get that? Probably from your father. Jenny, how old do you think Prime Minister John Major is?
I'd say 63.
63. You're going to say that in a positive way without a question. Okay, 63. All right, and let's see. Terry, what do you think?
73.
73. Okay, Jack?
Oh, let's see. He looks like he could be like older than he looks.
Yeah.
I think English people with their accents always sound, don't you think, older than they?
Oh,
Don't they sound older than they are? Even little kids
Even
when
little
they
children.
Yeah.
I'd like a tomato.
I'd like a tomato and a bunch of asparagus.
Yeah.
I'm only 12 years old, but I talk mature like this.
But I would like tea.
Yes. I'd come to America, to Everett, where you grew up, Mr. Nathan, but I'm afraid they would smash my head into the sidewalk if they caught somebody talking like this.
You know, who's Henny Youngman was actually born in England, and I often thought, how would comedy today differ if he had stayed there? Would his bit be something like, "Do be so good as to take my wife, thank you."
He was, he was, they dedicated, on his 90th birthday a couple of weeks ago, they dedicated a street off of Times Square to him. And he said he had, I don't know whether he'd fallen or something, he had hurt himself, but he came out in a wheelchair, and he said, "Take my wheelchair, please." I don't know. He was right in character. These old poops, they're still funny, and they don't take themselves too seriously. Please, you know what I'm saying, John? That's John Major.
Ah, yes.
Your name is John, isn't it? John Harte.
My name is John. Yes, and I always get flushed when I hear that.
Oh, sure. How old would you say John Major would be?
Let's see. He would be.
How many candles would there be on his cake?
I would say 60.
30, that'd be 20, 40, 60.
60, yeah.
That's your guess is 60?
60, I would have to say. He would be 60. He wouldn't be 59. He would be 60.
Oh, we're having a good time. Why don't you join us? Okay. Prime Minister John Major is actually 53.
Oh, good.
Mike said 54.
Oh, I was way off.
So he's the close. Mike has got 2 out of 2 out of 3 so far.
Send Mike home.
Goodbye.
And Terry's got 1.
All obliged.
Okay, we're going to go back to the election of 1968 when
Before we do that, can we take
we're going to do his grandmother would say, "Show me a man who cares for his family, who loves his children and his wife, and looks out for their best wishes, and I'll show you a ripe nectarine." You think about that, man. There's a lot of meaning there, so I wouldn't just laugh at it. And, that's heavy stuff.
And of course, you know it's in a tangerine. Plenty of pits.
My Hungarian gypsy princess, no, she wouldn't have said that. She'd say no. No, she wouldn't have liked that. Oh, no. She was deeper than that.
Oh.
But, of course, she was also a traffic reporter one time. Did you know that?
We are.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. She was a traffic... Well, you know all the people who started out as traffic reporters here at WBZ and went on to other things, because that's why we have great hope for you, Jack.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer started out as a traffic reporter.
As a traffic reporter, yes,
In fact, she and Sophia Loren, both that were co-traffic reporters on the same shift.
It was sort of an international satellite feed, I understand. Sophia Loren from Italy, reporting traffic around Rome.
No, it had nothing to do with that.
Oh.
She was right where you are now, and she reported traffic here. Don't try to make more of it than really exists. You understand what I'm saying to you, kid?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're talking about Eugene McCarthy. He was a traffic reporter.
Was he?
Yeah, before he became a senator and a presidential candidate out of Minnesota.
Good for him.
Oh, yeah. Things came along well with him. A lot of people are like that.
He still has his traffic reporter's uniform, I understand.
That's right. Newt Gingrich. He was a traffic reporter.
I heard
right
about
here
that.
at WBZ. Yeah,
I heard about that.
Yeah.
He only wanted to report stuff on the right side of the highways.
Left lane breakdowns never got reported.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Pull over to the right. That's the only place. That will get the police out. Otherwise, you're a dead duck if you pull to the left.
Getting off at Route 24 from Route 128, couldn't do it.
Okay. Eugene McCarthy, anyway, he ran for president in 1968 on an anti-Vietnam program. 1968. Yeah, well, I'm giving you dates now so that you can get an idea of his age. And anyway, he ran on an anti-Vietnam program. He was the senator at the time for Minnesota, and eventually kind of got knocked out by Robert Kennedy, who was assassinated that same year, right as the results were coming in on the California primary. That all happened in '68. So does that help you identify Eugene McCarthy and mentioning how old you think he is? Yeah? Yeah, let's start with, we'll start with Terry. What do you think, Terry?
Jeepers creepers.
Where'd you get
I would say 78.
78. You giggle when you said that. Is that a funny age, or?
No. I just taken a wild guess.
Okay. Jenny, what do you think?
I think 76.
That's the spirit.
Yes.
That's the spirit, yes. Sound like we're all in some religious service. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Okay, Jack, what do you think?
Oh, let's see. 81.
Oh, Jack.
81. Okay, and Mike? And of course, remember, Mike leads.
I was gonna say 76, believe it or not, because that just seemed to fit. But
you don't want to say 76.
I just don't want to.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 77.
77. Okay. Actually, he's 80.
Oh my!
I believe Jack said 80. Said 81. Nobody said 79. So Jack has got that one.
Ah.
All right.
Okay, Jack. Okay, baby.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Phil Foster. You know Phil Foster?
Oh, yeah.
The actor, comedian, played.
Mr. DeFazio.
That's right, Frank DeFazio, Laverne's father, Laverne and Shirley.
Yes.
He also made a comedy record in the 50s, which I used to play, about a Brooklyn baseball fan. Anyway, Phil, I haven't seen him lately, but how old do you think he would be? Phil Foster. Yeah, Mike, what do you think?
I just saw him, wasn't he? I think he was on the Laverne and Shirley reunion extravaganza they had back in the summer.
A reunion extravaganza, you say?
They had some kind of a retrospective of the show. It's kind of lame, but what the heck, there was nothing else on, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's not exactly a ringing endorsement of the show, no.
I was never a huge fan of the show anyway.
Well, the show was good when it started.
Yeah, when it started, but after about 9 or 10 seasons, or whatever it was, it just started to kind of wear on me.
Laverne and Shirley were no longer in high school after a while. It was quite
precisely. What did they do? They went out to California after the brewery closed or some ridiculous thing like that?
Yeah, and then they moved it ahead to like 1983 or something, like within a season. And
I didn't understand why they did that, but of course, I don't make programming decisions at ABC, do I?
Just here at WBC.
Yeah. I'm going to say that this guy, what was his name again?
Phil Foster.
Oh, of course.
Phil Foster.
71.
That's right. He had, a Brooklyn accent? Was that a Brooklyn accent?
Yeah. He almost sounded like a gruff Gary Marshall.
A gruff Gary Marshall. Yes, I guess that's true. How old do you think he is, Jack?
Oh, he's got to be, matter of fact, Gary Marshall's book, Wake Me When It's Funny, was about when Gary Marshall used to write for Phil Foster. He and Gary Marshall, he had a writing partner. Phil Foster would go in and take a nap and come back and say, wake me when it's funny. But I would have to say that he is 80.
Okay, he is 80. And Terry, what do you think Phil Foster is?
79.
All right, and Jenny?
84.
84. 84 is the closest.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he's 83.
Wow.
83.
Wow, right.
I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, he's 80. Very good. So We now have one win apiece from Jenny, Terry, and Jack. However, Mike has 2. So still leads that way.
Barely hanging on by my thumbnails.
Let me get my hanky so I can mop my brow.
Wow.
Well, this is a tight contest. The squeeze is in. This is really exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Today is also the birthday of some dead people whose ages we won't guess.
No.
'Cause we don't guess dead people.
No, we don't.
Billy Carter and Sam Walton, who founded Walmart, and Cy Young, the baseball player, whose award named after this great baseball pitcher. Yes, sir. Okay, Jennifer. Hold on just a minute here while I look and see what I'm talking about here. This is an athlete, Jennifer Capriati.
Tennis player.
Is she a tennis player? Yeah. Oh, here, yeah. A former tennis player, it says. Don't let that fool you, because she's quite young. She's from Saddlebrook, Florida. She won the gold medal at the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona, Spain, by beating. Oh, that was so nice! By beating Steffi Graf. She retired after being busted with marijuana twice. Oh, that wasn't too nice. Oh. Okay, Jennifer Capriati. What do you think, Jenny? Is your name Jennifer, your full name, or is it Jenny?
It's Jeanette, without an A.
Oh, Jeanette.
Without a name.
Without an A.
Without an A.
How do you spell it? Jenettete?
Jennette.
Okay.
Well, but
Jeanette is
plenty of ends.
Yeah, Jeanette is a pretty name.
Yeah. Let's see. I'd say she's 25.
25. Okay, and Terry?
27.
Terry says 27. Mike?
I'm trying to remember how old she was when she got busted.
Mike is pretty smart.
Oh, not really. I just got lucky sometimes. Isn't she like on some kind of a comeback or something? Isn't she playing again?
I don't know. Maybe, because this book was written about 2 years ago.
I could have sworn I heard her name connected with some tournament or other. But be that as it may,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a stab at 24.
24. Okay, and what would you take a stab at, Jack?
What would I take a stab at? Oh,
That's what I'm asking. What would you take a stab at, Jack?
23.
23. And you came a little closer and just nosed out Mike.
Oh.
Yeah, because she's 20. Just 20 years old today. Isn't that a sad to be out of it like that? Unless she is making a comeback.
I thought she was.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she was sick of playing tennis in the first place.
You know, we never thought of that. You're a man with soul and a heart and a feeling for people.
Yes.
You really are something. That means you and Mike
A 2.
They both have 2 apiece. Yeah.
Wow.
We're getting to the bottom of the list here with people that you may or may not have heard of. For example,
Come on, Terry, get going.
Marina Sirtis.
Oh, yeah.
You know her? She played Deanna Troy, is it, or Troy?
Troy on
Star Trek.
On
The
Star
Next
Trek,
Generation.
The Next Generation, that's right.
Lovely little.
Marina Sirtis.
Oh, yes.
Marina
Never heard
Sirtis.
of her.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because she's heard of you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Terry, what do you think?
30.
30 for Marina Sirtis. Okay, and Jack, what do you think?
Oh, let me think. She was folding sweaters at the Gap when she got that part.
Uh-oh.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Was she really? Yeah.
Let me think. The show was on for 7 years. It's been off for a year. So that would have been 8 years ago. And how old would she have been? Let's say she was 26. I'll say she's 35.
I love the way you sing out the facts like that. It's really nice. That's really nice. Jenny, what do you think? How old do you think Marina Sirtis is?
How about 31?
How about 31? Okay. And Mike?
Yes.
Oh. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to say that she is 33.
33. Yeah. Okay. Incidentally, when you're reporting the traffic report in the next 10 minutes or so, Jack, you might mention the traffic jam that's in front of the WBZ studios, because we do have that big scoreboard out there. And as people guess ages, it goes up on the board. A lot of people slow down their cars.
That's what that screeching noise is in the background.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know why they don't just turn their radios on and hear it this way, but I guess they like to see the way they compile. A lot of people stop and they jot these things down. A lot of people listening. This is always the heartwarming stuff. A lot of people write down the names of people who compete and the ages they guess, and then the real ages, and they keep scrapbooks full of this stuff.
Sure.
And they paste in pictures of the people we're talking about.
Kind of like when you go to the ballpark and you buy the scorebook and you keep track of.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We ought to tell these folks here at the WBZ. Of course, we have the WBZ sales shop here. The gift and book shop.
Right.
They have actually official WBZ dumb birthday game cards, so you can actually register them right in your own card. And we do sell the rule book. That's a little more expensive because it's now up to 1,020 pages.
Well, the scoreboard you have out in front, one of the things that I understand is a draw to that is this is just such a fast-moving game as people like to see all the lights whir.
That's right, they do, and I think that stops a lot of people.
Yes.
Even though they can just listen to the radio and hear it, it's more fun to watch it.
It has even a more hypnotic effect to watch the numbers flash than does listening.
That's right. You're probably all wondering who won this round. I forgot. I never did say, did I?
No.
Marina Sirtis is 37.
Oh, my.
And Jack said 35. And so he's now ahead of Mike Epstein.
Send Jack home.
Yeah.
You just want all of us to get out of here, don't you?
Yeah, so Jack has 3 and Mike 2, and 1 apiece from Terry and Jenny.
Oh, my God.
Okay, how about Eric Idle? Do you know that name?
Oh, yeah, from Monty
Idle.
Python's Flying Circus.
It's hard to stump you guys on anything, isn't it?
It's smart.
We're just the television generation.
We are.
That's right. He was the star of Life of Brian, The Ruttles. Is that the way you pronounce it, or the Rutles? R-U-T-L-E-S. Do you know that name?
Ruffles.
Ruttles.
It was a spoof on the Beatles.
Oh, I see. Splitting Heirs, H-E-I-R-S. And Nuns on the Run, and TV's Nearly Departed. He's from England, of course, Eric Idle, the actor-comedian. What do you think, Jack?
From Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Was that an imitation of Prime Minister John Major again?
Yes, on Monty Python's Flying Circus. No, that was somewhere in the beginning of the show. That would. And now for something completely different. A man with 3 buttocks.
He did say, did he say 3 buttocks? Did I catch that
right? He's got to be 55 by now.
Okay, because we're running.
Yeah,
We better hurry along because we're running a little late. But I've just checked with Gary Lapierre, and he says he'll be willing to go on at 5:30 instead of 5.
Good.
In order that we might complete this game.
He's such a great guy.
He's a wonderful
He really
guy.
is.
Yeah, and he's willing to say, and now back to the news already in progress, or something like that to cover it up. Mike, what do you think about the age of Eric Idle?
I think he's 57.
I was going to say 67.
So go ahead, say it.
I'll say 58.
Terry?
58.
Terry says 58. Jenny?
54.
54. Okay. As the Lone Ranger said to Tonto, "Oh, Tonto, how come Eric is just standing there? Looks like he's doing nothing." Eric Idle. I have to get at least one Tonto joke in.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric Idle is 54. 53, I'm sorry, 53. However, Jenny said 54, so she wins that round.
Wow.
right.
However, Jack Hart wins the game because he had 3.
All right.
But Mike Epstein and Jenny are tied, and that means they go to the prom together.
They got us. They got us.
And I think Mike is going to get you a gardenia wrist corsage.
Yes.
And you will look just so dashing.
Made of dandelions.
That's right. Hey, thank you very much, everybody, for playing the game.
Thank you.
And thank you for helping us miss 2 commercials. But what the heck? Who cares? You know. Hey, thank you very much, Jenny and Terry. I appreciate talking to both of you.
And I appreciate it too, Nom.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. And thank you. Take care, Jack.
Oh, thank you. Take care.
Okay, and you too.
As always.
As always.
Norm's Hungarian gypsy princess grandmother, always a font of deep perspicuity and sagacity. Truly an unrivaled sage and savant. How lucky are we to have this preserved here for future generations to replay, absorb, and dissect? Hang on, I'm getting a bit choked up. Closing the vault, and clearly leaving this world a little sillier than we found it, for ribaldry. Rusted cake pans, slightly used cat litter, ant riddles, peanut brittle, vintage jars of mayonnaise, whiskey-induced nose glows, tuning out your own show while doing said show, wandering minds, asthma inhalers, snoring, lullabies, Strenix, Spring Peepers key rings, Elle Macpherson, Jennifer Capriati, The King's Grant Inn, the North Shore Music Theater, Ted Knight, the English Parliament, Sophia Loren, Eric Idle, the man with 3 buttocks, the Lone Ranger, Tonto, the WBZ Dumb Birthday Game Scoreboard, the WBZ Gift and Bookshop, the 1,020-page Dumb Birthday Game Rulebook, Mike, oh my, Epstein, John Jack J.J. Harte, and the Hungarian Gypsy Prince himself, Norm Nathan. I'm Tony Nesbitt.